Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the City Bumpkins podcast. Before we get started, I just want to remind you to leave us a voicemail, 785-251-8558. Send us an email, citybumpkinsofficial@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram, it is City Bumpkins Podcast, and on Facebook, it is City Bumpkins Podcast as well. Just want to let you guys know. So John is actually responsible for the Instagram side of things.
Yes.
And then I'm responsible for the Facebook side of things. So you're going to get memes every day on Instagram and Facebook, but it's going to be curated from two different people. You know what I mean?
That's a whole two different meme pages completely.
Yeah, exactly. So on Facebook, you're going to get some more like dankish, kind of country centered memes and stuff like that, and John's going to give you his taste of memes on Instagram. So there is a reason to follow us on both, because you're going to get two completely different curations of memes. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Plus the show, we have a lot of segments. We have a lot of things that the fans can submit into. You know, you could be submitting into the Wheel of Punishments. You could submit your, topics for the misconceptions. So following us everywhere just gives you a better chance to send your shit in and have it read. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. So do send us a voicemail, like we've said earlier. Like, send us a voicemail if you think we got something wrong about misconceptions or we got something right. Or like John said, if you got an idea for something to go on a Wheel of Punishments, or just something that you want us to cover in general. You can send us a voicemail, or you can send us an email. So
and we'll send you a sticker, and we'll even give you. And if you put that sticker on like a cop car or on the gas tank of a fire truck, 2 stickers will come to you.
Yeah, and then we'll put you up on our wall of fame.
Wall of famous vandals.
Yes, exactly.
Wall of heroes.
If you get arrested though, we are not paying your bail money.
No,
I don't know what to tell you on that, Jack.
If you do get arrested though, 3 more stickers.
Yeah,
you're gonna get a lot of
better.
Stickers. That's a lot of stickers.
Yeah, you'll get put in jail so many times that you're just going to go into every cell in there and just start slapping our sticker on there.
This is what you do. If you want to get arrested, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to get hammered drunk, and you're going to find a cop car somewhere, and then you're just going to walk up and slap a sticker on it. And they're just going to put you in the drunk tank overnight. Drunk tank?
Yeah.
You're not going to get butt fucked in the drunk tank. You know what I'm saying? There's no ass slaughter in the drunk tank. You hang out in the box. Everybody's a little hammered. You try not to fight anybody or look anybody in the eyes, and you're out in 8 hours, and you got 3 stickers in your mailbox.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So while you guys are at it as well, please leave us a 5-star review and subscribe wherever you're listening right now. If you could also leave us a word review, that would be great. It really helps our algorithm. We're trying to get into the new and noteworthy section on iTunes. So by you guys just smashing that 5-star and leaving us a bunch of reviews, it's going to help us get there, and we get in front of more people. You know what I mean?
If you're listening to this,
that's what we want.
Take the time. If you're listening to this and you're not driving, just open up your phone and do it real quick. The review could be nonsense.
I know you fuckers use your phone while you're driving anyway.
Oh, yeah, no. On the freeway, I'll leave you a 4-paragraph Yelp review. No problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so leave us a 5-star review and subscribe. And then also, as is usual, the funniest meme or comment across any of our social media posts is going to get a free sticker. Okay? Yeah. So just comment on our shit. If you're writing jokes and you want somebody to kind of gauge them, you need some feedback on your jokes, leave them on our Facebook, leave them on our Instagram.
We're trying to keep lumberjacks fed and in homes, so please give us reasons to distribute stickers.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, otherwise Hank is gonna go he's gonna go hungry tonight. He's gonna have to kill his own food.
Yeah,
he usually does it just for fun.
Yeah, and he might have to beat his wife later, too.
Yeah,
because he just gets so angry. He's like, no one's making stickers anymore,
Yeah. So if you want Hank's wife to sleep with 2 unswollen eyes tonight, you will find a reason to get a sticker from us.
It's so easy. Yeah. So all that stuff is going to be down in the episode description, so if you forgot or you're just not very smart and you need to look at something instead of hearing something, it's going to be down in the episode description. Also, I want to remind you that we do have show notes for every single episode on our website, which is now www.citybumpkinsofficial.com.
Hell, okay. Yes.
So just type that in. You'll see all of our episodes. You'll see some artwork. You can sign up for our newsletter that's going to come out once a month. Just do it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And like final plug, like don't forget to check out our other podcasts here that we have. We have a Thickness in the Shine hosted by me, and the BB Cast hosted by yourself and your friend Quint.
Yes. It used to be the Redneck Review. It is now BB Cast. And you'll fucking know it when you see it.
Oh yeah, it's black and huge.
Yes, it is. It's going to be long and hard.
Oh boy.
All right. So, how was your week, John?
My week was actually really good, man. This giant burn I have on my arm has become just a big pink spot now, so that feels good.
That's good.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, as many people now, how I quoted before, wanting everybody in that lawnmower repair shop to be dead.
Yeah,
I stand by it. Fuck all of them. I don't like that. I don't like that I've had this burn on my arm for like 3 weeks now. All right.
Yeah,
I haven't even
sure.
used the mower yet. Everything's just weeds. We don't have water. This whole state doesn't have water. We're not fucking mowing the yard.
Yeah, dude. Why don't you just fucking put in like AstroTurf or something?
Because this is what I like to do. Once a week or maybe once every couple weeks, I like to go out into the yard with the mower and start a giant dust storm. And I enjoy breathing that through maybe a shirt or a cloth of some sort. Oh man, I thought about it, dude. Turf is cool, I guess. I mean, I live with like old people, so like I just kind of like I don't make any decisions whatsoever. I'd go along with things.
That's fair.
I open jars, I climb things. I do the yard work. I take the handicapped one to get fucking Taco Bell. I got responsibilities.
Yeah, you fuck them every once in a while just to, that they remember what it feels like to get penetrated.
Well, exactly. He needs to know, dude. Otherwise, he would just go untouched completely, and then, then he just hides in his room and jerks off all day. Because wouldn't you? Fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty much elder abuse if you're not fucking a fucking grandpa at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I was wondering about this today. So I live with a 70-year-old dude, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that he still jerks off. But I think it's like maybe only like once a month or like once every couple months. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know, like I kind of went most of my life believing there was going to be like an end point to me jerking off. There was funny, like there was going to be like the day, I don't know what day it was going to be. I never had a number in my head, but like maybe I hit like 60 and I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave my penis alone. I got other things to do. I got
well, but then
to watch.
Like, do you think when you stop jacking off, it's because you're not horny anymore? You know what I mean? Like, you just don't feel the need to bust a nut? Or is it something else?
I just thought that, like, it was a rite of passage to being man. Like, simultaneously, you stop jerking off and you start watching Fox News every night. Like, I thought they just kind of came together. But, no, I think dudes are just, like... I think what it is like you just start using your dick less and less eventually, hopefully. I hope. Yeah. Please God. And then like...
I can't keep jacking off this much.
Yeah, it's like I need more time in my day and back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. Like the thought of now that we're like that this is going to be a thing forever brings jerking off to a whole different level.
Well, yeah, you see it more as a marathon than a sprint anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, Malcolm Gladwell defines like it takes 10,000 hours to master a new skill. Yeah. And like, I'm clearly a master.
I'm clearly a master at jacking my own dick.
But it makes me think like I need to start adopting new techniques and things now. I think we need to, what we should do? We should start getting our first sponsors and have them be like sex companies.
Yeah.
And we'll like fuck sex dolls and blowjob machines and stuff for the viewers.
Hell yes. Yeah. That sounds fucking lit, bro.
Get sponsored by Pocket Pussies just to get free.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. What's that thing where it's literally just the ass? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just the ass.
That's what I want. Yeah.
That thing is fucking awesome. I want one of those. Have you seen these new blowjob machines? It looks like a fucking Yeti thermos.
Yes.
It's like a pocket pussy with a robot arm.
Yeah.
We can get one of those.
No, dude, I can't. My wife. They're just getting random like sex things to the house.
Yeah,
and she's like, "What the fuck are in all those boxes?" Don't worry about it. And then she comes down to the studio, and there's just fucking pocket pussies and asses everywhere, and dried cum on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah.
You got.
She's like, "What the fuck?" It's like a fucking sex dungeon podcasting studio. What the fuck?
This is what the people want, babe.
Yeah, yeah. I got like an OnlyFans like top 0.1% of earners
yeah.
thing on the wall. I'm sitting down here just like they want to watch a fat retard with a small dick, like a sex doll.
Hey, you know what? There's a market for it, for goddamn sure. I feel like we get plenty of people just to watch that alone.
Yeah, pulling down 6 figures a fucking month.
Yeah, and just on TikTok alone.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, you want to start getting into the segments? It's the Wednesday show, everybody.
Yes, it is. Is it Tuesday? Coming out on Tuesday.
It's the Tuesday show, everybody. Guess which one of us is the pothead? Oh man! So I think we got to start off with the crazy story. And did it happen in the country or city? So this one, I think this one's gonna be pretty good as far as like trying to guess where this one happened. All right.
Yes, I'm down for it. Let's hear it.
All right. Let's name this girl Samantha. So Samantha and I met in high school freshman year. We grew close as we were both borderline misfits. She more than I. She was a very sweet girl, very shy, and you could tell she was looking to break free of the religious background she came from. I, on the other hand, was quote-unquote emo, and I was everything that she wanted to be, which is, her words. Mm-hmm. So we began a friendship, and she learned a lot from me. She started to change. She would tell her parents we were getting upset. Oh, she would tell me her parents were getting upset because I can't read, and my parents are still upset at me for it. And they're getting upset that she was straying from her religious beliefs, but she didn't care. I'm just going to start fucking ad-libbing here. So she looked up to the girl, and she didn't really think much of it. She was just thinking oh, cool, you're super religious. Why don't you start following me into this emo thing? Because we're against it, and we can have each other because together we have nobody except for each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now the girl all of a sudden mentions this guy, Jake. You know what I'm saying? She starts talking about a boy that's come into their life. She says she's been hanging out with him and that she thinks she likes him and that this is where the things start to get a little weird. She told me that they were ninjas and that they were going to start a group of ninjas, which I think is racist.
Yeah, 100%. She was running around in blackface, black body.
Yeah. She was group of ninjas, bro. They were like hanging out outside liquor stores and fucking drinking alcohol.
Yeah, it's like which how is that, like, which group is that more offensive to? Because you got to run around in all black, so you're basically doing blackface, and then you're appropriating the Asian Japanese culture.
Yeah,
like, do you think they did the whole like tape their eyes back thing?
I fucking love that. Yeah, they're making black eggs and throwing them at people, trying to blind them and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So one day we're sitting in class and we're on this kind of free time. She turns to me and starts talking about us being sisters and how she wishes she could live with me and be actual sisters. And she's just like, I would love that, but my mom's not gonna have that shit. That's kind of crazy. And she does not like this shit. Right. So now she turns to her ninja group and she starts drawing ninjas like attacking people. And she asks the girl, she's like, well, what if my parents were dead? You would have to adopt me, right? And she goes, well, yeah, I'm sure my mom would adopt you. That's awful. But yeah, take you in. So now the next morning, everybody's talking about this girl, but she's nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? And there's rumors going around. And what had happened was, she ended up stabbing her father multiple
Jesus
times.
Fucking Christ.
Let's see here. The rumor spread like wildfire. Samantha stabbed her dad. I was in shock. I was in total disbelief. This wasn't real, and she is no way capable of doing that. Or was she? The days go on, and I got called to the counselor's office where the detective starts asking me what I know. I tell everybody involved that I have no fucking idea what's going on, that we're friends. She likes ninjas. She's super religious. She kind of just spills out everything she knows, but she doesn't really know much. And it turns out that, so she told me what happened then. So the girl eventually comes back one day or something like that, like 20 years later. Mm-hmm. And she said that she was dressed in all black, grabbed a kitchen knife, and went into her parents' room. She said she couldn't see too much, but heard her dad move and ask what was going on before she started stabbing his face and hands which were covering his face.
Oh, God.
He survived, but she said it felt like stabbing a watermelon. And now every time she sees a watermelon, all she could think about is that's what it's like to stab a person in the head. So, First
Jesus
of all,
fucking Christ.
that's terrifying.
That's fucking heavy.
Yeah. Longer story than I remembered when I copy pasted it into the outline. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah.
But fuck, man. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you think? City or country?
Okay, so the poster, the guy or the person, was emo, and then Samantha was the girl's name, and she was religious. Okay, so oh man,
it makes I'm kind of leaning towards country.
I'm not. What? Fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because it is difficult. But I can also see that being like a country thing, or a city thing too.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say for as far as country goes, I would say it's because there's only one emo girl at the school, which means she's like a spectacle. Where I feel like if it was out in the city, there'd be like a fucking flock of them.
Well, we had plenty of emo people in my school.
Okay.
Growing up, especially during that time frame.
The fact that the family was like ultra religious, I don't see that much out here unless they're like Mormon.
I was gonna say they could be in like Utah, or something.
Yeah.
But there are like super religious people everywhere you go. You know what I mean? But they could just be like a fly in the milk.
Yeah. And then the thought of like a boy coming around and then they start getting into like this ninja club, that kind of makes me lean more towards the city because like, like there's just like all sorts of kids apparently walking around. Like it's a very cultured school. It seems like you got the anime kid, the emo kid, the religious kid. Like, the only thing selling me on this being from the country would be the fact that there was like the one emo kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did she say that she was the only emo kid? Met in high school freshman year. They were both borderline misfits.
Maybe she was. There could have been other emo kids, and she was just
emo. She said that the poster said that she is emo, and then the other girl, it was very sweet and shy, so she was a borderline misfit as well. So they're both on the each end of the spectrum.
Yes,
is what it sounds like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with being religious, considering on the edge. You know what I mean? This has got to either be a suburb or a city. I don't think it's like a big city school. Yeah. But I'd definitely say it's got to be more like a quieter, like 50, 60,000 people.
Okay. I think I can agree with that. I think I can, like, suburb, not the hugest thing, but like there's definitely people there. Yeah. And I could see like maybe, because the other thing is like she stabbed her dad in the face tons of times. Yeah. And if it was in the country, somebody's getting shot, I feel like.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting shot. You're not wrong. Dad's getting shot.
This whole story.
Shot.
Yeah, this whole story is just fucking insane, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine just stabbing your fucking dad in the face, and he survived.
Yeah.
The dad survived.
Multiple times, too. Like, because she was stabbing his hands as they were shielding his face.
Well, see, he must have been a beta male though, because there's no way in fuck.
Right? She's only 14, bro. Unless she was a heavy.
I know. Just throw her like a fucking rag doll. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'd like to know how much
that bitch.
I'd like to know how much she weighs. Maybe what we can clock her at.
Dude, she's probably 120.
Oh
maybe.
Yeah. See, because like I feel like a woman gets to a certain size and now she's a man as far as fighting goes. I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like once you're bigger than the size of the average man, that means you have like the strength of maybe a small man. So you could fucking throw hands.
But I mean, like she's like, she's got to be like a $120. You know what I mean?
That's literally like straight up, just like, oh, my baby, I can't hurt her. It's like she's stabbing you in the face.
Yeah, because she's like a short, like she's like a shy, like kind of Catholic girl, whatever.
Yeah, bro, dude, how.
Getting hard right now,
dude. How awfully terrifying must it be? She wore all black to do this.
I know. Well, but as a parent, when you see your kids start to like do weird shit, don't you just fucking make them stop? Like,
don't you? Yeah.
Do you think she used a katana? Do you think she got a katana and did this shit, or does she think she just got like a knife from the kitchen?
I think it was just I think it was a kitchen knife, but it must have been a fucking big one to be going through his hands and getting into his skull. Yeah, I don't know how easily you do that with just like a regular steak knife. I think you have to get like the bread knives.
The butcher knife?
Yeah. fucking dude, like, it's fucking, that's awful and terrifying. But also, as the dad, even if you're laying in bed, how do you not at least like start with a swift kick to the fucking ribs to paralyze
I know.
her? You don't have to
exactly.
you don't have to beat her to death, but paralyze her, incapacitate her, de-arm her. How is this happening? Like,
I know, like, you're getting stabbed, which I get you're trying to cover up, but aren't you trying to either like get away or like attack instead of
this is a 14-year-old girl.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a 14-year-old girl we're talking about that's stabbing an adult man. It's her dad.
And he clearly knew that as his daughter if he's saying like what's going on, and then she just starts stabbing him. You know?
Yeah,
it's not like he didn't know who the fuck it was.
Yeah, I feel like if it was in the country, Dad would have had a gun under his pillow or something.
Yeah, just start blasting.
Yeah, dude. At least take one.
So, anyways, I just started blasting.
yeah. I fucking love Always Sunny.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I could agree on like a suburb of
which
like
do you consider the suburbs city or country? It's a mixture of both, right?
I'd say it's a mix of both because like I would say I live in a suburb of San Francisco, but like like we have tall buildings and all of our parks are like parks, you know what I'm saying? We don't have like open land or nothing like that. Like any land that isn't taken by a fucking house or building is like government sanctioned fucking state parks and shit.
Yeah.
But then when you have like a suburb out, like in like the middle of nowhere where even the big city isn't even the size of my suburb, then I would consider that country.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
Because like I think my county alone, we looked it up, had like 300,000 people in it. So like, if your suburb of a big city and your big city has less than 300,000, then I don't know if I would call that. I'd say I call that the country.
That's fair. Okay.
Do people out there have like more land in the suburbs too, or is everything like cookie cutter?
Yeah. No, usually everything in the suburbs, you're talking 1 or 2 acre lots.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
If you're in town, usually it's a 1/4 acre lot.
Yeah. They have the memes out here, and it'll be like a shed that clearly was destroyed and barely standing, and it'll be like, oh yeah, California is $1,800 a month for this. Like,
yeah, dude, I saw this shit. I saw this shit a few years ago. It was like a really small, like rundown fucking house, or maybe it was a shop or something like that, or a shed.
Yeah,
and it was sitting on like less than a 1/4 acre, and it sold for like $3 or $4 million.
Wow.
Yeah, because someone was going to take that and actually put a house on it, and then they'd be able to get their money back right away.
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. Also, just sad. It's a bummer. There's like this new thing out here where adolescence extends to like 30, because if nobody under 30 could buy a house unless they already have like a real job.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. So like people end up staying at home more now till they're 30, and then not having like a real career and like savings and good job until then. So then they're not having kids until they're like 40, and then all their kids are coming out retarded, which is hilarious. It's like The Walking Dead out here, bro. Everybody else has autism under 5 years old at this point.
Hell yeah.
Which brings us,
the special needs schools are fucking fucking full.
They're a booming, bro. Our special needs schools are the size of your stadiums. Like they're fucking
The short bus fucking companies are trying to churn those fuckers out as fast as possible and send them to California.
Yeah, exactly. They're in fleets. The guys are working nonstop.
Yeah.
All right, man.
We got to get these buses done, or some retarded kid isn't going to get to school.
Yeah. I got 1,400 droolers over here. Everybody's rubbing their goddamn nose, and it's fucking pizza day. Get the fleet. I don't care if all these need oil changes. Get it the fuck done and start wheeling them out. We don't have enough helmets for everybody. I'm in a lot of stress already.
Yeah, exactly. We ran out of crayons yesterday. It's terrible.
Yeah, everybody's been throwing
now
fits.
The Marines are starting to get wind of the short bus thing.
All right, so we got to get into our first topical debate, and I think this one's interesting. Who has it worse as far as weather goes? Now,
well, so for the countryside, I said tornadoes, hailstorms, and droughts. So I could have gone either way on this, because it depends on what type of worse you're talking about. Because as far as destructive goes, like like a destructive event goes, I would say that well, go ahead and give yours, and then I'll make my.
Well,
point.
no, because don't you guys also do you guys get monsoons as well or no?
No, we'll get like leftover stuff whenever a hurricane hits like Texas or something.
Okay.
It'll rain quite a bit, but that's about it.
All right.
Oh, we get floods, I guess.
For us, I would say we have earthquakes, wildfires. We also have droughts, I guess, and then we have like some crazy heat waves, which leads to those wildfires.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I don't know. I could definitely see like wildfires. Those fucking suck, and they're every goddamn year, and they're super destructive.
Yeah, we just started the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm getting ready to go up to Montana in July. So I was like, oh, fuck, I totally forgot it's fire season.
Oh,
and we're going to be out in the wilderness. So it's like, is that countryside going to be on fucking fire when we get there or no?
Yeah, you might as well have a fucking backpack with a fire extinguisher in it.
Yeah. I don't know. We get like really big tornadoes in the Midwest.
That
You know, like
terrifying.
EF5 or greater, 300 plus miles an hour.
Yeah.
And they can fuck up whole towns. I mean, if you guys are interested, the Moore, Oklahoma tornado, there was that was back in 2013, I believe. Yeah, and then there's the Joplin tornado. Those were both ES5s and just took out entire cities in a matter of like minutes. And then we get pretty big hailstorms here.
Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. Yeah, I've seen that shit.
The other day we had like baseball size hail just falling down from the sky.
Now, what do you do as like a pedestrian in that case? Is it just don't go outside for hailstorms like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I
like
don't
if there's hail coming, especially that size, they'll give a severe thunderstorm warning, and then just people know just don't go outside.
And then what about cars?
But there are people that run around with fucking like helmets and shit.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. What about like cars? Like, what is like if you don't have a carport, you're like fucked. You don't go to the grocery store or nothing that day.
Yeah, pretty much. The paintless dent removal guys, the guys that fix dents, they make a shitload of money out here in the Midwest.
Thriving. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and there's some that will just travel. They'll follow the storms. Like when there's a bunch of hail damage, they just have like a mobile setup, and they'll just go out and do as many jobs as possible.
That's fucking,
because there aren't a ton of fucking garages out here.
That's smart, honestly. Like in Arizona, there was always ads for windshield replacement because it's so hot.
Well, I can see that.
It's so hot that the glass always breaks and shit like that.
Oh shit! It breaks because of the heat, not because of like driving in city traffic and something like comes out and fucks up your car.
I could see that in Arizona too. Just like especially in Tucson, somebody just firing a bullet through your fucking windshield.
Yeah,
But no, I think it's just literally the heat. Like they melt asphalt sometimes out there.
Jesus
it's
Christ,
ridiculous. I don't know, man. Like
I'd be more kind of inclined to say that the city has it. Well, California probably has it worse, just because of like every year you don't know if your entire city of like 5 million people is going to burn up.
That's for goddamn sure, dude.
Because of a wildfire and then an earthquake. Like, I like tornadoes and shit like that, and we know when they're coming. We usually have lots of warning.
Okay.
And it's just something that you deal with like constantly. But an earthquake, you guys get small earthquakes out there every once in a while. But you never know. It could just be like a fucking 9 or like a 10.
Oh, yeah.
Like magnitude earthquake and just wreck your shit.
So how often is shit getting actually wrecked by tornadoes, would you say? Like, have you ever had your home like fucked up by a tornado?
No. Okay. So most of the tornadoes that, at least in Kansas, that spawn are usually just farmland. Okay. Like they're just really cool to look at. But they don't really fuck anything up. They might take out a house, but...
Okay, that's kind
every
of cool.
once in a while we'll get like a big tornado that'll fucking wipe out a city.
Jesus.
Like, have you ever heard of Greensburg?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it made national headlines. 2013, 12, something like that.
Okay.
Because a tornado came through and literally wiped out the entire town. I think there was one building left standing.
Holy fuck.
And then they built back completely green. Like all of their buildings were like energy efficient, all this stuff, like all the houses, everything.
Oh, that's
really cool. You should look it up. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually sounds fucking like it was necessary.
Yeah, they embraced like, they literally had to could start over from, square one. So everything's like, geothermal, wind energy, solar energy, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I would say the difference is that we don't have like weather that we have to stay inside for.
Yeah.
So for the wildfires, it's actually probably worse to stay inside if it's in your town. But like as far as like last year, at one point it got so bad that everything was yellow. Like,
oh yeah.
Like it was like the sun never like made it. It was like everything was looking through hunter's glasses. Like
Yeah.
it was a thick, deep, like cloudy piss yellow, dude. It was awful.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And for that, and yeah, I heard that you guys probably got some of our smoke. So for that, yes, we'd have to stay inside for that. But like an earthquake usually happens, and you're just like, oh shit, what the fuck? The house is moving, and then you're like, all right, we're good. You know, back to.
Have you ever been driving whenever an earthquake hits?
Yeah, plenty. I've never, but like.
Do you know?
No.
No, you don't even know that there was an earthquake when you're driving?
No, I've never. I've driven a few times when there was like, I'm like dropping off a pizza, and then I come back like, did you feel the earthquake? I'm like, no.
No, sure didn't.
But I've been in the house for some house shakers a few times where like.
Yeah.
Like everything's moving, you know what I'm saying? Where like the cabinet falls over.
Yeah.
So I could see why that's terrifying. And then there was like the big thing in San Francisco in like 1905 or whatever the fuck that was.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I guess it's like yours are more like we're gonna hit you right now and maybe fuck some shit up and then pass, but your chance of getting fucked up is pretty low.
Pretty slim. Yeah.
And ours are like. You're probably not going to deal with it, but if you do, we're fucking you. We're going to fuck you hard.
We're going to fuck you super hard. We're actually starting to get earthquakes as well in Kansas now because they're doing, they're drilling for oil. I can't remember what the fuck.
Fracking or whatever?
Yeah, fracking.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's not from fracking, but I had to write a paper over it for my degree in emergency management.
Mm-hmm.
And since they started fracking our earthquakes, it's right at the Oklahoma-Kansas border.
Mm-hmm.
They've gone up something like, I don't know, like 300% since then.
Wow.
And there's a fault line that actually runs right through where I'm at. And all this activity is starting to like stir up those fault lines again.
Jeez.
So they've been making, and we've got a dam over here that they spent millions of dollars upgrading to withstand an earthquake of like a 7 or 7.5 magnitude.
Yeah.
And because it's like, that's a real threat nowadays. So, yeah, I'm like,
Christ.
so it's not, we're supposed to just get the fucking storms, the tornadoes and shit. You're going to see a cow fly through the air, maybe a car if you're lucky.
Yeah.
But now we have to deal with fucking earthquakes.
Bro,
it's like, is this fucking California or is this fucking Kansas?
Bro, have you got to see a cow fly through the air? Is that a thing?
No, it's in Twister. Have you never seen Twister, the movie?
I've seen Twister, but I figured because, you live out there that maybe by now you could have seen something crazy like that.
Yeah, I mean, not really.
In New Mexico and Colorado, we get like a lot of monsoons. And like in New Mexico, I'd always be there for the summer, and that is monsoon season. And you would see like the best you would see as far as animal goes is like you'd see birds that can't fly against the wind, but they're trying, so they're just flying super hard in place and not making any leeway.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. I remember the first time I saw it was like this tiny bird, and he was like dipping up and down trying to cut the air, but he's literally in one place like the whole time.
That sucks. Imagine me that bird. You're like, I'm not fucking going anywhere.
Yeah, dude, fucking stupid bird. I just follow the wind at that point. Or is it like indoor skydiving to them? And he's just like, like,
woo!
He doesn't have to put any effort into gliding and shit. It's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fucking birds.
So, all right, yeah, I would say, let's go ahead and give that to the city. The city definitely has it worse if we're talking about California, because you just never know when something's going to happen and just fuck your shit.
Yeah, it's true. Like, fuck it to death for sure, too. All right, yeah, I'll give it to California. Although we have really nice, just regular weather.
Yes.
Like, it's almost always 70 over here.
Yeah, and in Kansas we get the worst of both worlds.
Yeah,
we'll have negative 20 degrees weather, and then we'll also have 105 degree days.
Jesus.
So like Texas, like during the winter, it's like pretty warm and stuff.
Yeah. Well, for that
they bitch about the heat, and then like North Dakota and Minnesota and shit like that, they bitch about the cold. But during the summer, it's like 70 degrees all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I would say for day-to-day weather, we probably win. But as far as like natural disasters, it's definitely, I would say California's worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so next one is we have the
the 3 lies, 1 truth.
Okay, and then this week we were telling 1 truth, I believe. Yes.
Yes, 1 truth. Correct.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and go first.
All right.
So I've rode a bull for 8 seconds. I've been in a car accident.
Okay.
I've almost been shot, and I've never been to the ocean.
You know what? The fact that you spelled ocean wrong, yeah, there you go. Yeah,
sorry, I'm still kind of hungover, okay? Fuck
That's
you.
True. I mean, you've definitely flown over the ocean at least. Damn. I feel like riding a bull for 8 seconds. Is 8 seconds a long time for riding a bull?
8 seconds is the standard amount of time to ride a bull. Like for professional bull riding, your goal is to ride a bull for 8 seconds.
Okay. Been in a car accident. That's pretty fucking normal. Almost been shot. You're a soldier. God damn it. These are all hard again. I'm gonna say purely for the fact that you spelled ocean wrong. That you've never been to the ocean.
I have been to the ocean actually.
Oh,
no,
okay.
So
did you get wet? Did you go inside?
Yeah, actually. So when I was over in Jordan, so I've been to the Atlantic Ocean in Florida, and then I was over in Jordan, and we're at this point in Jordan where you can see Egypt, Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan. You can see
cool.
2 different oceans or whatever. Yeah. So I've been to the ocean, but I have almost been shot. So we were in Jordan. Did I do this wrong? Let's see. I've never been to the ocean.
Have you written?
Okay, yeah, that was a lie. All right, so my truth is I've almost been shot. So it was also when I was on deployment. We were following a convoy of some equipment that we went and picked up from a port back from the southern part of Jordan back to our base, which was like up in the north part.
Uh-huh.
And they were riding in a convoy, and we had Jordanian military escorting us, and we were just in a normal Pajero. It's basically like a Forerunner, essentially. And we got separated from the convoy, and we got back up to them, and it was pitch black. And my major's driving, and we're just tagging along with the convoy, and then the rear security truck got a little suspicious of us, so they pulled back, and they're just sitting there pointing their 50 cal machine gun at us, yelling at us and shit. And my major's just driving like nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
And they fired a warning shot over our fucking car, and my major hit on the brakes, but they've been pointing that gun at us for 5-10 minutes.
Oh man.
And I was like, hey, sir, they want us to back off, they don't know. He's like, no, it's fine. And they shot a warning shot over the vehicle.
God damn.
And I was like, yep, this is the day I fucking die.
Yeah.
Because you're not paying attention or listening to me. And they don't give a fuck over there. So.
Oh, hell no. I remember you telling me about them just blowing up a drug runner.
Yeah. Last episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just absolutely just eviscerating a dude with a fucking anti-aircraft gun.
I've almost been shot a few times, but I've never had a bullet go whizzing past my head before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've had.
Almost shot as in you're in an area where there was a shooting and it was a stray round, or someone was shooting at you.
No, degenerates I grew up with would for fun get an illegal pistol and point it at you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Jesus.
One time so there was this whore, this very nice lady.
Yes.
She was a whore. She was a male lady, but she would do her yard work in this tiny cocktail dress. I was a child.
Wait, she was a male lady?
Yes, but
so transgender?
No, as in she delivered the postal.
Post office.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
So she was a postal worker, but she would always do her yard work in a tiny black cocktail dress, and I was only a child.
What the fuck?
So I didn't understand what she was doing.
Dressed to the nines for fucking
yard work, picking up one
okay.
leaf at a time. And what she would do is she would find people that let's say she had a plumbing problem. So she would go out in her yard and start picking up leaves until she got the attention of a plumber. And then she would fuck him until the plumbing was fixed and then ditch him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
And so she, whatever she needed, she would just find some dude to fuck with for a month or so until she would convince the guy to do it. And
she's a resourceful woman.
Yes. And she was also my friend's neighbor. So one day it's 9:00 at night. So it's my curfew. It's time for me to come home. I'm 13. And she was having an argument with one of her suitors. and apparently it didn't go well. They were like throwing shit at each other, and the cops ended up getting called, and she said that the guy had a gun and drugs and warrants. So like it was one of those like the cops. The cops were ready to come either kill a man or take him to jail for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So now they're all around the house. I don't know this because my friend has an RV in his front yard in his driveway, so I don't know the cops that are all there yet. Also, I know that it's my curfew and my dad's terrifying, so it's time to go home. So I start walking down the drive. I start walking down the driveway, and at least 6 cops poke their head around the front of the RV with their guns drawn already. All the little lasers on my body and the flashlights and shit.
Fuck.
And they're just like, you're not the guy, are you? And I was like, what? And they're just like, go back inside. I was
I'm
like,
a kid.
like, waddle back over. And I just went back inside and hid in my friend's house watching through the window. But they almost fucking.
That's funny as fuck.
They almost shredded me, dude. They thought I was the guy trying to get away from running the RV. Okay, so for
you're lucky those cops actually had discipline. Otherwise, you'd look like Swiss cheese.
Oh, dude, like it was. Yeah, I'm talking lasers on my body because they were using the little lasers. It was adorable, terrifying, awesome.
That's funny.
So for my 3 lies and a truth. I've never tried cocaine. I can hold my breath underwater for 45 seconds. I've been in a mosh pit in a moving truck, and I've killed a fish with an M80.
Let's see. Your truth definitely is going to be a fish with an M80. You've been saying that you used to go out to Arizona and shit during the summers and do some redneck shit. So it's got to be the M80.
I've never killed a fish with an M80. I have.
What?
I've definitely thrown some lit M5000s into the Rio Grande before and tried to concuss some fish, but I've never gotten one. But I've never done that. No.
Okay. What is it?
I have been in a mosh pit in a moving truck bed.
What the fuck is going on in California?
Dude, this story gets stranger and stranger. So my buddy's stepdad was an old MP during World War II.
Okay.
And I think he mostly he was a German military police officer from America. You know what I'm saying? He's an American MP stationed in Germany. Okay. He was also just like a crazy, like hard ass, like, you know, as you would expect he would probably be. He was known for the guy that was too aggressive. Like literally, he was that guy.
Okay.
So naturally, his son would be weird as fuck. So I met his son, and he's like half man's man, half clearly demented and trauma. So like him and his buddy are working on this old truck, which is man's man, but they're also listening to metal and explaining their first class they just had in scarring and branding. So instead of tattoos, what they were doing was they were either getting scalpels and cutting designs into each other, or they were getting rods and branding the tattoos into each other.
Oh my God.
And they looked fucking, honestly, they looked kind of, the scarring ones like made me want to just throw up on their open wounds, but like the branding ones would come out kind of cool. Like they do their whole arm as if they were like a fucking islander from the Pacific. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole arm is a giant scar now. But it obviously just like fucked up people. And we got the truck running, and he was just like, yeah, you guys want to try doing a mosh pit? And I was like, I've never done that. Like, I'm down. Like, what is it? And he's just like, we'll get in the truck bed. I'm going to blast metal, and you guys just, hit each other. And I was like, yes. So
yeah, that sounds cool. Let's do that.
So me, my buddy Miguel, and one of the metal heads, not the guy's son, but his friend, we get into the truck bed, and then as the guy's son, we'll just call him Andy, as Andy's driving around our suburb, he's blasting metal, and we are pushing and shoving and punching each other. And I remember at one point, my buddy Miguel knocked his friend out of the truck going like 10, and he just like hit the ground, rolled, got up, screamed in happiness because of how metal that was.
What the fuck?
And then and then came back into the truck, and we proceeded to mosh further.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane.
Yeah. That's
Dude,
fucking
metalheads,
crazy.
like, I swear to God, are a whole different breed. You know what I mean? Like somebody that's going to get pushed out of a truck and love it just for the sake of loving metal is somebody who's not stable.
Exactly, dude. And like they're just like they don't give a fuck. They welcome death, and at the same time they're usually totally pussies at the same time, which is great. It's usually like a mix. It's a front. It's like peacocking.
Yeah.
With a knife and a fucking tattoo with some leather. You know what I'm saying? But they're also scarring each other and branding each other.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, those people need to be put on a watch list.
Yeah. Those people need God, which actually brings us into our next segment, common misconceptions.
Yes. All right. So this week's common misconceptions are going to be based around... this week's common misconceptions are going to be based around religion. So it's still going to be, what the country thinks about city folk, but and vice versa, but it's going to be about religion. So I will go first. So this is the country misconceptions about city folk based on religion. So no one goes to church. Everyone thinks that going to church automatically makes you racist, homophobic, bigoted, all that stuff. Everyone thinks that religion shouldn't be taught in schools, but thinks that their ideology should. And everyone thinks religion is dumb and should be gotten rid of.
This is interesting because it's something that me and Thomas have gotten into a lot about, like, where we stand with religion and where it should be, like, if whether or not it should be taught or what people are doing when they're doing it. And like, there's definitely a lot of churches, a lot of different kinds. I would say like the Mormons and the Islamic people are the most like devout as far as church going people out here.
Yeah.
But you have your plenty of like, white single family home couples that'll do it still. But I would say, I heard a statistic the other day that 66% of millennials will claim that they're not religious, but they're, if anything, spiritual. So I would say, religion is slowly being something that you see less and less out here. Everybody thinks it shouldn't be taught in schools, but thinks their ideology should be. Yeah, I would say people are selfish like that. But I don't know if I'd want it to be like, I don't know how I would feel about that. Like, I don't have any kids, so I don't have a ground to stand on whether or not it should be taught in school. But it's like, if it is taught in school, maybe teach all of them or don't teach any of them. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I got you.
Yeah, because like 7 out of 10 Americans are Christian. Like not just Protestant Christian, but Catholic falls under Christianity as well.
Yep.
So I'd say kind of yes to some of these. If you're like a white Christian person, you'll probably be looked at as like a conservative, which means you're racist automatically and you voted for Trump automatically and you hate colored people automatically. Just for believing in something that's been in our culture, or in humans in general since we've existed, believing in a God.
Yeah.
I would say a lot of yours are right. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then for yours, so I would say everybody goes to church. If you don't love Jesus, then you're a terrorist. Getting banned from church means your family leaves you behind, and that God comes up in like most conversations.
Just about everybody goes to church. I mean, there's plenty of churches, and on Sundays, you got to kind of like gauge your day around the church crowd. Like if you want to go out to eat or something like that, because they will come out and when they get out of church, they'll go to the restaurant, and all of a sudden it's just fucking packed.
Yeah, they fill the Denny's real quick.
There are a shitload of people that go to church. Yeah. So, a lot of people go to church. If you don't love Jesus, then you're a terrorist. There's some people that probably have that opinion.
I love this shit.
Yeah. So, and then getting banned from church means your family leaves you behind. It depends. So there is a town right next to me called St. Mary's, and they have an actual like campus where it's like a boarding school. People will send their kids from all over the world to go to school there. But they're not ordained by the Catholic Church, like the Pope excommunicated them, I guess, because they teach the Old Testament and not the New Testament. So, So yeah, that community is definitely like if you're not in the church, you get shunned out of the community.
So if they're
For
only
sure.
teaching the Old Testament, doesn't that mean that is that Jewish or what is that? Because I think Christians is
Do
like,
what?
are they Jewish? Like, is that the thing? Because if it's
No, so like because
from what
the Old Testament is all like it's better to sell your clothes and get a sword than to have clothes and not have a sword.
hell yeah,
Type
brother.
deal.
Hell yeah,
So yeah.
give me a fucking sword.
And then yeah, and then God comes up in most conversations. Yeah, yes, pretty much like if you're sitting around drinking, inevitably like religion gets brought up, and then you obviously have a diverse amount of views on religion. So yeah, I would say God comes up in most conversations if you're just like hanging out and drinking and stuff like that. So
What
yeah, those
what
are pretty spot on.
what percentage of like would you say the people around you like wholeheartedly believe in God?
Probably 80%.
Like I'm talking about like
I would say
like they really believe hands down they're gonna close their eyes for that last time and they're gonna wake up at like pearly gates. Like he's really up there, kind of like fully believe. Because like there's people who take religion for like as if it was like a buffet, and they just kind of come in and they pick the pieces that they want, which morals they'll follow, which guidelines they won't. And then they might not necessarily believe in hell or heaven, but they believe in the structure and the community of it. So like how many people do you think are like straight up
no,
like
I would
God's
say
real?
I would say like definitely like no, I'd definitely say like 85% of the people around here
Holy
are
shit.
like super into that. Yeah.
Thomas,
it's not like super religious, like where you're like, holy shit, like, you don't see anything crazy. But yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of people around here that are fully about religion. Yeah.
Thomas, is your microphone on? Voice of God? No, he's dead. Okay. I was wondering, I was going to see if he knew anybody that's like actually religious, because we know people that go to church, but I don't know many people that like hands down really believe in it. I know a lot of people that go to church because they like doing church functions, and they like seeing their friends or gossiping or being part of a community in some aspect. And then like as far as like really believing God, do you believe in God? Is that a thing? Because I don't know. I'm not atheist.
I would say I'm atheist, but I believe in like the Judeo-Christian values and recognize that religion has played a huge part in the West.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I see why it's important and believe fully in people's right to, believe whatever they want to believe. But yeah, I do agree with a lot of their values. I just don't agree with the concept that there is a God and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at on that.
I feel like I'm like agnostic. I don't really follow anything nor believe or disbelieve anything. I'm just kind of like, if I die and there is one, that'd be cool. If not, it's also cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just so in the middle that I just
no, for sure.
I'm like removed. I also just didn't grow up with it. And I heard that before this, you didn't really grow up with it either. Right? Or no?
Do what?
Did you grow up with religion or no? Because I know you were saying that you weren't very religious.
I went to church when I was whenever I was a kid and stuff like that, and I got older and just kind of saw like through the structure and like the organization of like Christianity and shit like that. But like so I saw it for what it was, but then I also like the older I get, the more I'm like, okay, their values and like the way they do stuff is like a good way to live,
Yeah.
So I guess I kind of take it like a buffet line where it's like, all right, I'm going to take all your values and stuff, but not believe your core concepts, essentially.
That's kind of how I feel about it too. Like I'll celebrate Christmas and I'll be a good person, but I'm also just not going to like I think the act of praying is strange to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like I like everybody being in a room to build a community and to talk about these guidelines on how to be good people and to share and to put love into the universe. But then when it comes to the part of putting your head down, closing your eyes, and speaking to your God, that's the part where I go, whoa, what are we?
Yeah.
That's when I start looking at religion as
what are we doing?
Yeah, that's when I started looking at it as like a cash grab and shit. And like, that's why since I didn't grow up with it, I went to a lot of different churches, like when I would spend the night at my friend's house. So I was never like fixed to one. So quickly I was just like, oh, this is kind of all bullshit, isn't it? But it's giving these people all a reason to be nice to each other. So I guess it's good. So we got one more here, and this one's going to be really fun because we've only got 5 minutes left.
Yep.
Also, I feel like we're having a little bit of a lag between us now. Have you been getting an unstable connection?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk through without acknowledging it at first. I was like, let's just keep it rolling.
Yep.
All right. So this next segment is called Hick Hop versus Hip Hop, and what this will be is that we're both going to find some just crazy lyrics and have each other read them with no background music whatsoever.
Yeah, and we're not going to try and like actually rap them or anything. It's just straight up reading lyrics.
Yeah. So do you want to go first? Yeah. And try to translate them as well after.
Okay, all right. So this is the hip hop verse. So pink dolphin duffel, shy of 100 racks, sold a caddy to blood, eventually brought it back. Stick shift 50, got windy and brought it back. After I pop a hoe, got me to pop a half. Dada dada, I get it, a dada dad with the blocka. Yada yada, I hit the powder and be like, shada shada. Dara dara, darada, I get to grada dada, a dada dada with the blada dada. Yada yada, they hit the powder and blay like shada shada. What the fuck? So pink dolphin duffel, no fucking clue, bro.
Okay.
Like no idea.
That would be
shy of 100. Go ahead.
Pink Dolphin is a designer brand, so it'd be a Pink Dolphin designer brand duffel bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, shy of 100 racks, so of 100,000. Sold a caddy to blood, so sold a caddy to someone like a blood in the gang, I think. Eventually brought it back. Stick shift 50, no fucking clue. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a Mustang.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Got windy and brought it back. No clue.
I don't fucking know either. That one's pretty good. Windy and brought it back. So probably means that like he it's a stick shift 50, which means it's a stick shift 50 Mustang because most those are just kind of popular out here. And got windy and brought it back probably just means going out on the town. You know what I'm saying? And then coming home. I don't know. Like taking it out, flooring it.
Yeah.
Keep going. After I pop a hoe.
And then after I pop a hoe. Yeah. So
I mean, that one's pretty simple, right? After I pop a hoe, got me to pop a half.
Yeah.
Now this next part's fantastic. So I'll read it to you how it actually sounds
I guess
in the
it's
song.
just like.
So this is how the verse actually goes. Da da da, I get the adada and be like bladada. Yadada, hit the powder and be like shadada. Dradada, I get the gradada adada with the bladada. Yadada, they hit the powder and be like shadada. I don't fucking know. And my favorite part about this is that when he did that, he came out the booth and everybody was like, "Fuck yeah, dude, that was fire! That was fire! You're the one, bro!" Like everybody was all over it, saying that he's the number one man in the world.
Yeah.
So that was Mozzie in "Still Feeling It" remix. It was just like one of a collaboration of Bay Area rappers. And
gotcha.
Also, just fucking hilarious. Like, so, as you'll notice in the outlines, a lot of these words are in parentheses. These are all words that the internet couldn't figure out for themselves. all those parentheses before had question marks, and I had to listen to the song like 20 times to fucking fill in the parentheses myself. It was fucking
That's
awful.
Awesome.
So for Hick Hop, feet hanging off the dock, flip flops with no socks. I mean, that sounds pretty. All right, I'm just going to read the whole thing. A little Johnny Cash singing out from the box. Loving life, sitting up in the Georgia sun. A straw hat with jeans, man, I'm getting it done. With a bamboo pole and my Dixie cup. Leaning back, feeling good, just living it up. So everybody gather round, get down. I said we dropping tailgates many miles from the town. Let's read this like Dr. Seuss. Throwing old trees on the bonfire blaze. I said I worn the same jeans for about 3 days. I had them rolled up halfway up my shins, so To my next of kin, you can call me Hickfin. Oh, odele, skipping around the field. I'm loving the aroma coming up from the grills. Said we country folks doing country things, so slang. So kick your feet up, now everybody sang.
That's so fucking ridiculous.
Then when you start breaking it down like Dr. Seuss lyrics, you just realize how retarded this person is when they're writing it.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, this all makes a lot of sense, right? So feet hanging out the dock, flip flops, no socks. So he's clearly fishing. I would say with the Johnny Cash singing in front of the box would probably just be like a radio. Georgia Sun, straw hat and jeans, bamboo pole. Is that a fishing pole? And like, I don't know why you'd be drinking from a
Dixie cup.
What's the point of a fucking Dixie cup? I feel like they're small and paper, and like you need a lot of refills. And it just seems like a waste.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I think he just.
I don't know why, because like Alan Jackson had a song a couple years ago that was like Red Solo Cup. No one drinks out of a fucking cup, you know. Yeah. Like unless you're at a fucking party that's got a keg, you're not drinking out of a fucking cup. You got a beer. You know what I mean? Like a can of beer. You're not drinking out of a cup. So that's probably something like the hip hop influence on hick hop. You know?
Yeah. Like instead of having like their lean, it's like a fucking paper Dixie cup and it's just got Mountain Dew in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Surge.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. I think that ends it for our Wednesday or Tuesday show. God damn it. I should be sober by now, and I still fucked that up at the end. So join us next week, folks. Not next week. Join us in 3 fucking days. You know what? You speak. I'm retarded.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna be doing 2 shows a week now because we were the first 2 episodes, we had this like super long outline with a bunch of good stuff on there that we wanted to cover. And it was just it's gonna be a 2-hour show if we did the whole thing. So we decided to split it up. So the Tuesday show is going to be more geared for audio listeners. You're still going to be able to find it on our YouTube channel, and just if you want to watch us talk. And then the Friday show is going to be the second half of our normal show, and that's going to have all the videos in it. So we've got some crazy videos from like World Star. We've got some challenges in there. So if you are somebody who likes to watch a video, like a vodcast, basically, you know, a video podcast, you can find that show on Fridays on our YouTube channel. We'll have all the videos and stuff like that on there. So before we head out, just want to remind you guys, please leave us a 5-star review and leave us an actual like word review if you can. Follow us on all the socials, Instagram, Facebook, and we didn't talk about this earlier, but we are also going to be out on TikTok. And we've got some scripts written for our first TikTok videos.
Yeah, it's gonna be so fun.
And let's just say I can't wait. Yeah.
These are gonna be really good. So look out for those, folks, and we will see you on the Friday show.
Okay. See you guys.